Hello friends, Coach Bob with you, and day 2 has begun. We are rolling towards the event. We're going to head over to the racetrack. My son-in-law is in tow. He's right behind me on his Harley Softail Slim. Looking good, doing his thing, enjoying the day. It's warm already. It's going to be a blister of a day, I guarantee you that. It's going to be hot. It's going to be hot. But it's going to be a good day. So stick around. We're going to check some things out. We're going to walk around at the racetrack. We're going to hit Destination Daytona. We're going to do a lot of stuff. It's going to be a good day. Man, that you talk about build. They are building like crazy around here, man. There was a old hotel beside the Hilton that we're staying in. Gonna be 3 big bumps there. Boom, ba-doom, ba-boom. Old, dilapidated, old, bunch of graffiti painted on it, that sort of thing. And I bet you that property is going to be $10 million, $20 million just to buy the dirt that it's sitting on. And I guarantee you, some major company will go in there and they'll build a hotel there. It's going to be super cool. But this place is growing like wildfire over here. It's just nuts. All right, so we are back on International Speedway Boulevard, and let the insanity begin. Well, there are some sunburned people here, I'm gonna tell you. They're gonna be feeling it tomorrow, man. It is gonna be like, ow! They'll be peeling that thing, man. That skin is gonna blister up. I don't know if you guys, oh, this dude's spraying for bugs, man. He's burning more oil than I got in the Spyder. We're gonna be working our way around him. I'll be tasting his car all day. Actually, if I don't get an open spot, I won't. Dude is puffing some blue smoke, let me tell you. I'll be covered in motor oil. I'll stay over there. You know, I would be jockeying my way through here, but I don't want to leave my son-in-law. Man, I'll tell you right now, I catch every yellow light right at the edge. All right, well, the next time you see me, we're going to be at the Daytona International Speedway. All right, well, we are going to go under. All right, well, we're going to go under the beautiful Daytona Gateway, I call it, the little bridge that says, "Welcome to Daytona Beach, Florida." We're going to start working our way over here because we're going to have to make a left. There's a speedway up on the left. Daytona 200's going on today, big motorcycle race. Pretty awesome. Very awesome, as a matter of fact. Parking $35. Isn't that crazy? You would think that if you pay a premium price for a ticket, you wouldn't have to pay $35 to park your car. Man, I just think that things like that they're just sinful, man. The chaos, confusion, all that kind of stuff. See what this sign says. Long-haired freaky people need not apply. We could have gone in there, but that's the way I came out yesterday. But I want to go under this. All right, so we are here. You can see it's in full swing, man. Early and hot. All right, so we're getting ready to enter in. It's pretty crowded already. That's where my peoples are. Are you going? Okay. All right, let's check out the Royal Enfields. They're cool. saved the best for last. Here's my favorite. This color is just, it just screams nostalgia. Just a sweet looking machine, man. I don't care what you are, who you are. You gotta see the new Tenere. This thing looks great. Tenere, man, it's just developed this reputation of being that it is the adventure bike. It's that middleweight, but still has everything you need. It can do everything you desire. Really cool. Man, the Gootsies they look real clean. So now we're heading over to CF Moto, which 5 years ago was a nothing brand, and now they're just making all kinds of cool stuff. They're involved in the Moto GP world and Moto 3 and Moto 2. Hi, man. How you doing, buddy? Here's their 450 adventure bike. This thing is, it's boss, man. This thing is great looking. Well, let's check out the Kawasaki's. So this is the bike that I've been itching to see, as everyone has. That's this new Indian retro model. This thing is just beautiful. The metal flake in the paint is just, it's unbelievable in person. Man, Suzuki's been on the map a long time. I really would love to see them back in MotoGP, but I don't think it's going to happen. Too much money in the game. We're coming up on BMW Motorrad. As you would expect anything with BMW to be high quality. I mean, it just goes without saying. Their stuff is always beautiful. The fit and finish is top tier. We all know that the Honda Goldwing is just a world-class tool. These things are just so beautiful. Now, many people think a sidecar is just something you just get and you bolt on. There's way more science to it than that. There's camber and balance and sidecar lift. When you're actually turning into the car, the centrifugal force throws it up and wants to lift. So there's an art to riding these things, and there's an art to the mounting of them. It's not just a game. It's very serious. When you absolutely positively have to set yourself on fire, get a motorcycle with an automobile V8 in it. That ought to cook you. You know, if you have a vision, build it. I think that. That's just freaking nuts. I'll bet you that Main Street tonight is going to be a zoo, man. It's going to be awesome. You see it all over here, y'all. You see it all. Khaki shorts and flip-flops to leathered suits to you name it, man, and everything in between. That's a good looking Hayabusa over there. Dude's got his helmets painted to match it. Looks awesome. Big chrome swing arm on it. Oh, here come a, oh no, oh no. Expect to see a lot of that today. We're gonna grab the interstate, head up to Destination Daytona and check it all out. So yeah, it's gonna be sweet. All right, well, I don't think you wanna see me ride up 95. So we'll talk. As you can tell, we're at Destination Daytona in the parking lot, and there is, the parking lot's a bike show. It's just nuts. It's just absolutely nuts how beautiful everything is and how much work people do on motorcycles. Super amazing. This is just cool. This is the coolest factory bike ever. Alright, for anyone familiar with Bike Week, this little section right here on, I guess it's US 1, this is where Iron Horse and all that stuff is. There's a lot going on out here. There's always a lot going on out here. It's crazy. It's a zoo. It's a fun place, man. We used to come out here a lot when I was a younger dude on the Harleys, and I mean, this place was raucous. you never knew what you were going to see. I can tell you, I'm still emotionally scarred from things that I saw 25 years ago. This is the Iron Horse up here on the right where all these people are walking to. It looks quite benign, you know, it just looks like a little old western, almost like a block of a western village. But they got a burnout pit, they got a big deck up top. I mean, it's just, when the lights go out, in other words, when it gets dark outside, it is absolutely insane in the membrane. Insane, it got no brain. And you know, I've never been a drinker, so even in my sobriety, as I'm watching these people, it makes it even worse. I'm going, what are you doing? What are you doing? You know, and the thing is, you'll talk to somebody and they're like, they are professionals. They'll have a professional job, and it's like, what are you doing? Put your clothes on. It's crazy. But there it is right there. That's the legendary Iron Horse. This place is wild at night. It used to be. I haven't been here in years. If my son-in-law wants to come over and experience it tonight, we might do it. It's probably $10 to park, so you don't get towed. But yeah, it's and it said something. It said bike parking. I don't know what it said about three-wheel. It said three-wheel something. I don't know. Maybe it said three-wheel parking available, three-wheel not available. I don't know. I saw a dude one night, man, in that parking lot. He had an old shovel head, and he was kick-starting that thing, and he broke his doggone leg. It's like, it's crazy, man. I don't know what happened, but it kicked him. It kicked him hard. Snap! So the EMS got here, but I don't think it hurt him too bad because he was so drunk. I don't think he could feel it. But it was insane. I mean, everything about the Iron Horse, all of my memories when I go back, I'm sure there were a lot of times we were there, it was very benign. And maybe I just remember the most bizarre insanity, but it seemed like every time we were there, something was going on that just shouldn't be going on. It seemed to defy nature. It's not supposed to be this way. This dude dragging his foot. He's dragging his foot, he's doing like 25 miles an hour. Softail right there, man. It was clean. The wind's howling. Getting near the coast. Anyway, we can head into the hotel room, so we're going to do our thing. Go eat some grub with the family. I know you've enjoyed it as much as I have. There's just no way you can't. A bike week is just, it is a force to be reckoned with. It just really is. All right, so we'll talk again here in a few minutes. Look at that police car sitting there with nobody in it. It works though. Boy, everybody slows down. You see them brake lights light up when they see that car. All right, well, let's head on to the hotel and see what Coach Vic and the granddaughter and my beautiful daughter is going to want to do. Me and David, we're going to figure it out. All right, well, day 3, it's Sunday, and we are heading back to beautiful Tallahassee, Florida. We're going to head up into Burnell on the way back and grab a little gas, get a little bit of water. But I want to point something out. You see this this trailer right here? It's got 4 motorcycles on it, really nice motorcycles too. They're all choloed out, super nice, being pulled by an Escalade, and it's from South Carolina. This, I don't have a problem with this. First off, I want to say that. I just want to tell you something about bike/motorcycle culture, you know. Used to, back in the day, these guys here, man, they would get, it would be ugly. You'd see guys trailering in like this in really nice vehicles, and the bikers would say, hey man, you're just dressing up trying to act like one of us, and things could get pretty rowdy about it. It's not that way now, but I always think about those days when I see it, you know, and because there are times I trailer the Spyder, you know, when I was going through my heart thing, and you know, and there's this idea that if you're not riding thousands of miles all the time, that you're a wannabe, you're a fake, you're whatever they want to call you. Used to be called a rub, a rich urban biker is what they called you, and you know, who knows, I'm sure they have a new you know, acronym for us. May not be as nice as rub. But yeah, so anyway, the biker culture has changed. Now, maybe the 1% culture has not changed a whole lot. You know what I mean? Maybe those guys still feel the same way, but it certainly is not handled the same way. Again, it used to be really, really ugly. You could see people pulling bikes off trailers, almost getting into fist fights, unless they were, you know, it's different if you're a vendor. They'd see these vendors, you know, they're bringing bikes in to put on static, I'll call it a static display, it's airplane talk, but they'll be on a static display, and they're like, okay, they get that. But when they see a dude just pulling bikes off a trailer, driving a nice truck, man, I'll tell you right now, it could get darn scary. I've seen some I've seen people spit on and ugly things said. It can get pretty ugly. But I do want to, you know, make sure I give the thumbs up and a nod and a tip of the hat. You know, I always get in the wrong lane. I've been 100% in the wrong lane all weekend long. Oh well. But you know, it's commonplace now for people to trailer. It wasn't that common before, and it was just. But I do want to give a nod and a tip of the hat to the bike culture, the motorcycle culture, for growing and understanding that everyone doesn't want to ride in the heat and the cold and miles and miles and miles and miles and miles and miles. Some people just want to hang out with friends and go for a cruise up and down Main Street, see the sights, go out to Destination Daytona, listen to some bands, do a little bit of traveling here and there, maybe go to a bike night. You know, they may not put 300 miles on their motorcycle in a year, and all they do is polish it and work on it and maintain it, and that's their passion. So that's just fine. There's nothing wrong with that. It may not be what you're into or what I'm into, but the fact that people have grown more open to it and they're not just mean and nasty about it is, I think that's growth. All right. Well, with all that said, next time you see us, we're going to be gassing up in Bunnell, Florida. There ain't a whole lot there. I think there's a hot dog stand, a gas station, and a bunch of other stuff. But it ain't very big. All right, we'll talk. Well, you know, I just had something, I wish I'd had the camera on. We'll call it a near-death experience. Oh, my gosh. So I'm riding along, you know, on this beautiful 2-lane road, and it was, you know, it was a hash line, so plenty of place to pass for folks, you know. I see a SUV, or not an SUV, a big RV, you know, coming at me, and he's fine. And there's a guy behind him, apparently, was getting a little impatient. He did the quick look. He obviously looked a little too quick, because I was thinking there ain't no way in heck he's going to come out and try to pass. I mean, he didn't have a quarter of a mile between me and him. He came right out there. I will tell you, he came right out there. He went around the guy. Had I not slammed on brakes and put 2 tires right on the edge of the grass, I'd be a dead man right now. I'll tell you that right now. He knew I wasn't happy, we'll say that. I had I had a left hand gesture going at him. I was not a happy man. But that just tells you, not only are you to look at the cars driving in front of you, always scan that area in front of you, man. That could have been funeral for Coach Bob. There would have been no walking away from that. My son-in-law's behind me, probably, I don't know, 200, 300 yards. I'm sure he saw it, was going, holy crap, my father-in-law's gone. It was ugly. It was freaking ugly. Man, I'll tell you, that one got my attention. That one got my attention. Boy, that would have been a bad way to end bike week, huh? But this just goes to show you got to pay attention to what's going on all the time. Even when your lane is clear. In my lane, it was like this. There was nothing in front of me. And all of a sudden, I'm looking at 2 headlights. It's like, are you kidding me? There's no way you're going to continue going through with this. But he proved me wrong. He showed me he had it. He could do it. Man. Well, hopefully it scared him as much as it did me. That's all I can say about that. Hopefully it scared him more. All right, well, we got gas in Bunnell. We are on Highway 100 heading towards Lake City. That's going to be our next gas stop. And then I'll head north out of there, out 441, and hang a left on I-10 and ride it on back in. I'll have another, I don't know, another hour and 20 minutes, hour and a half from Lake City. It won't be a bad ride. It'll be a nice ride. But it's a beautiful day. It's a beautiful day. Glad I took my heart pills. Man, golly, y'all. That's crazy. Oh yeah, gotta enjoy the beautiful Palatka Bridge, man. Every time. It's always special. Had a little bit of drippy drops here in the last mile or two, but nothing bad. You know, we might get a little liquid sunshine, but it's just enough to cool it off. Right now we're showing 88 degrees. It showed as high as 92 earlier, but it doesn't feel bad as long as you're moving. Sitting at a red light, it's bad. But I want to tell you that sharing Bike Week or sharing your experience with the newer generation is something you need to do. If you're a Spyder rider and you've got young friends or young family members who ride, be sure and get out there and ride with them and take them to places that mean something to you. You know, it's amazing the connection that you can make. Even when you already have a good relationship and a good connection, it can just make it even better. And that's always a good thing, right? As you can tell, I'm pretty proud of my kids, all of them, and that is in-laws included. You know, I consider my in-laws my kids. There are no second-class citizens in our family. So all of my kids are amazing. All of my grandchildren are amazing. You know, they're not perfect like yours. They're not perfect, although they're perfect to me. I love them, and I'm happy that they shared this experience with me, and I got to share it with the channel. It means the world to me. It's just been awesome. So I've got another, I don't know, 80, 90 miles left to the house. I'm just gonna enjoy the ride, not stress out. It's all interstate miles now. I could hop off on a state road that's 2-lane if I wanted to. But in order to beat the rain out, I think I'm just gonna have the cruise set here on about 70 and just kind of cruise along. Not a worry in the world. I-10, this section's not very busy. As you can see, it rarely is busy, and so you don't have big jams and stuff normally. I say that, and all of a sudden there'll be a log jam somewhere along the way, but normally this is a very, very, you know, serene type of setting on this highway. It's not like 95 and 75, man. Those things, whoo, those are a little wild for me, a little wild for my old blood. All right, well, I want you to do me a favor. You go out by the motorcycle of your dreams, eat right, take care of yourself. Remember, if you're not having fun, you are most definitely doing it wrong. And you go seize the day, and I'm going to see you on the road real soon.